Okay, yeah, we're live.
Good morning, everybody. We had a little technical difficulty, so we're getting started a little bit late. I'd like to call a meeting of the Westwood Washington School Board of Trustees to order. This morning's meeting is being held to review the tentative agreement for the 2025-26 Master Teacher Contract. I'd like to begin by turning things over to Dr. Greg Hunt and Dr. Chris Baldwin, who will provide an overview of the primary changes of the contract. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the board. I'd like to welcome from the Westfield Classroom Teachers Association, Chris Sluter and Andrew Schaff, and just say Chris and Andrew, along with his negotiating team and all of WCTA, as always, we appreciate our collaboration, our cooperation. It is something that we pride ourselves on, and I truly appreciate our relationship with WCTA as we go through their understanding and also all of us supporting and making sure to put good things in place for our teachers. So just wanted to lead off with that. Just some basics, highlights of our contract. It is a one-year agreement just for this year, for 2025-26. It is retro back to the start of the school year. Our base pay does remain at $46,000, and we kept which we really wanted to do, all the work that WCTA and through negotiations we did last year to make sure we valued and honors people's years of experience, our teachers' years of experience. So we did keep that scale, which was very important, and that scale, just so you know, is based on a 2.7% increment and placement based on years of experience. So the basics of it, all teachers who worked at Westwood Washington Schools prior to the start of this school year will ascend to the next level of the pay scale. We already placed our new teachers that came in on the scale, so they'll stay exactly where they are. But all teachers that were employed with us last year and remain to be employed will move up one step or one increment on our current pay scale. We did add our bachelor scale, previously ended at 20 years of experience. We did add an additional year to 21 years, so those that were at 20 will get to move up a step and be part of their base pay. And then all teachers that were on the master's level 27, so our highest level of the master scale was level 27. Anybody that was on that level last year will receive a $1,000 stipend in lieu of moving up because we don't have any additional steps. We did add, as required by Indiana Code, it is required that teachers by, I believe it's July 1, 2027, when they get relicensed in grades. Dr. Hoover, is it grades K through for the literacy endorsement? K5. But any teacher receiving the literacy endorsement, regardless of those grade levels, will receive a $150 stipend added to their salary placement. They will be required just to get that added to their Indiana State teacher's license and then turn that into me for that additional $150. Our payment, the first payment or change of pay will be on November 20th. That will be the change in terms of what their take-home would be as if it was retro to the start of the school year. So if you would have taken their salary, divided by 24, this is what their amount would have been. Understanding, though, with retro, there's some retroactive pay that needs to be made. We are going to pay that in January, in the middle of January, between the 5th and the 20th of January will be the retro pay. And this will all be communicated. I know Chris has done a great job with WCTA communicating these changes and these dates, but I'll do the same after the board meeting next week if this contract is approved. Just some basic other language changes. We did, the biggest one being a change in how we recognize sick and personal days. Rather than differentiating between those two, we did combine those in a PTO model with 15 paid time off days that teachers can use during the school year. Then they already have their, anything not used will go into their sick bank that they have saved up, the sick days that they have saved over the years. Other than that, those were the basic additions. Chris and Andrew, anything else to add from your perspective? Did I miss anything? I think those were the basics. Yeah, okay. With that, ask for any questions from the board. Dr. Hunt, anything you'd like to add?
I think you covered it all. Yeah, thank you.
I know Carrie and I got to sit in on the negotiations, and I thought you guys did a great job, both from the union and central office part, looking out for what's best for the community and for the teachers and the taxpayers in general and everything else, not trying to break the bank, but getting what we can get and use the money wisely. So I do appreciate your guys' efforts and everything that was done and the way you guys negotiated and asked questions back and forth to get to where you got to. So I thought you guys did an excellent job. Thank you.
I'd like to add too, this does not relate to the contract, but wanted to make note, and you'll be seeing this in the future. One of our, again, agreements, not really part of negotiations, was that we'll be bringing the teacher handbook to the board moving forward. That's something we haven't done in the past. Even though it's not required, I think it's important that you guys have, get to see that teacher handbook and that we bring it to the board just for review and approval. So we will do that here in the next few weeks.
I think the plan is just to make sure, as I look out here, to do the first read in December and then adoption of the handbook in January. Is that what our kind of agreement was? Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any comments? Thank you to everyone who shared feedback this morning. Hearing none, I will now close the meeting.